In this video, I'm going to take you through the Getting Started section, and this will show you how to get started on your community platform just here. So when you go into this, there are some sections that you can work through, and there's a progress bar just at the top that shows you how many of the tasks you've actually completed. Now, let's work through these. You can see they're all ticked off. This community is set up, ready to go, but I'm going to show you how you can get yours very quickly to the same stage as well. So you probably want to prepare these things so that these are ready for you when you come to set up your community. But we'll first go into personalize your profile, and this is your profile as an admin user, and the way that you edit your profile is exactly the same way that your users will as well. So first up, there's a space for you to put your profile photo. When you go into the upload photo section, this is the platform, and you can choose any images that have already been uploaded, or you can click the upload button here just to upload a new photo. So I'll choose that one there, and then you need to just remember to click the select button in the bottom corner just here. So that's my profile photo updated. Your cover photo, again, this is something that when you click change, you can choose an image that's already uploaded, or you can upload a brand new one. There's also a section here where you've got access to stock images as well, and you can search for whatever you want to up here. So if I, for example, search for technology, that will show me all the images that marry up with that. And let's say I'm just going to browse through, and let's say choose this one here. Again, choose the select button in the bottom right hand corner, and that's my cover photo updated. I can change my first name and last name. I can also change my display name as well if you want your display name to be something different. The about you section allows you to have up to 500 characters, so you just want to keep that nice and punchy there. And you can have things like address, you can have your website links, and as you can see, social media handles. You just need to click save changes in the bottom corner to save any of those changes as you go through. Next up, there's a notification section just here, and remember, this is available to you and your users as well. And this is where you can choose how you want to be notified on the community about activity. So the type of activity I'm talking about is listed down here. So for example, do you get notified when there's comments on your posts, replies to your comments, mentions, reactions on your posts, reactions on your comments, when there's new polls, that sort of thing. So you can see for each of those activities, you can toggle on whether you get those notifications by email and or you get those notifications on the app, and or you don't get those notifications at all. So if you take the ticks out of both columns, that means you don't get those notifications. So it's a great way of both you and your users customizing the notifications that you want to receive, and you can tone that down just as you want to do that. Now, next up is the visibility section. This allows you and your users to control who can see your profile information and activity within the community. There's two options here. If it's set to everyone, your profile is publicly visible to anyone, and that's visitors, logged out users, non-members, and community members as well. So your profile is publicly visible, whereas when it's set to members only, it's only members of the community that can view your profile and your post. So a little bit of control over visibility for everybody there. And finally, you've got the security section here, which allows you to do things like update your password. And again, click save changes at the bottom as you work through this stuff to make sure your settings are saved. Next up, we're going to have a look at configuring your community, and there's a couple of things you can do in here. So you can customize your brand, and you can also create channels as well. So let's have a look at customizing your brand. You go into configure your community, and here is where you can change things like the name of your community, the short description, which is up to 160 characters. There's also a longer description field just here, and you can see I've gone into a lot more detail about my community here. I've got some emojis in there, some bullet pointed lists, just to explain in a little bit more depth what the community is all about. And here is where you can change your cover image as well. So you can use templates that are available. So you can choose from a range of different templates that are here and just select whatever you want. Or as well, you can upload from the gallery. You can choose any of the images that are already uploaded. You can upload a new one using this button here. And you've also got as well stock images. So again, if you want to search for any keywords in here and see what sort of stock images are available to update your cover image, that's what you can do. Now, just further down, you've got two areas here. One is to update the logo. Now, it tells you here what the recommended sizes are as well. A square format is best for a logo. The recommended size is 200 by 200 here. And then the favorite icon, and if you don't know what that is the little icon that appears in browser tabs, and that's a much smaller window, and the recommended size here is again square, 32 by 32 or 64 by 64, and that's, as you can see, a much smaller icon here. And then finally in this section here, you can change the visibility of your entire community, or the privacy really. So there's a couple of sections here, settings should I say. You can either have your community public so that anyone can find and join your community, or you can have it private so that only invited members can join, and that's a good thing to do. I'm going to leave the community on that whilst I'm building it. Again, don't forget to click Save Changes, and that is the community configured. And then there's a couple of things here to do with channels. So you can at this point create some new channels. I am going to cover channels in a lot more detail, so I'm not going to set any new channels up here, but let me show you what a channel is. Just down the left hand side here, you can see this section here that says channels. By default, there's one general channel. As you can see here, there's some different options, and like I say, we're going to go into channels in a lot more detail, and for now I'm just going to stick with the general one that's there. Now, the last section of getting started is to start your community. Here is where you can add members, so you can invite members by filling in their name and their email address just in this section here. And as you invite members, you can also choose the channels that you want to invite them to as well. So if you had set up channels previously, I could select more than one of those, but for now I can just invite this particular user to the general channel. And as well, if I wanted to add another user, I can click just here, and as you can see, I can invite as many members as I want to in one invite, and then it's just a case of me clicking the send invites button here, and those email invitations will go out to the members. And then once you've done your invites, it's always a good idea to send your launch announcement, which is creating a post. And again, I'm going to go into posts in a lot more detail in other tutorials, but it's great if you can put a little post on there so that people aren't coming to an empty channel. It's as simple as typing in a title for the post just here, and then you can type in your text and everything. At the bottom of the post window, there's lots of different things that you can add here. So you can add in things like images, videos, audio, you can add in GIFs, you can add in emojis, polls, even downloadable files and code as well. And then it's just a case of hitting the post button here, and that will go into the feed on your community. In fact, I'm very quickly just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put hello and welcome to the community. It's lovely to have you here. Why not post a comment on this post to tell us who you are? And then let's say just underneath that, I'm going to add, let's put that image just here, go ahead and post it. And then when you go back up, I need to select the channel it's going into. There's only one, which is general. Click on post, and then when I go back into the feed of the community just here, you'll see there is that first post. So it's people aren't coming to an empty space, and that's it. You can then go ahead and continue posting in that channel, and hopefully your first members will also think about doing that as well. Now look what's happened as well down the right hand side. It's already bringing the community to life. In the recent post section here, you can see it says a few seconds ago, AD House posted in the general channel, and this is all live updated, by the way. So if anyone else comes in and posts, or I add on something else, this is all live updated. You see the green dot next to my image as well. That's replicated in the online users section here, so I can actually see myself online now. Imagine if there were other members logged in right now, I'd be able to see that. I can also see the total number of members on the community just here. It's just me on my own, and also the leaderboard is starting to work as well. So this is all really good. This is how everything comes together, and it's the first few steps that you take to get started. And just as a reminder, that is in the top left hand corner of the left hand menu. Do have great fun setting up your community. I'll see you on the next tutorial.